The February version of Steam Next Fest is here. This is my favorite time of the year when there's so many demos. There's about 4,000 demos, I believe, that are up right now that everyone's playing. There's so many games to play, so many games to try out. I have an entire list that I've been trying to get through, and so that's why the channel's been a little bit quiet, because I've been playing so many demos, trying to gather my thoughts on some of these games that I've been playing, because there's a lot of fun to be had during this week, but it is also very exhausting to get footage and kind of gather my thoughts to create content for the demos that I've been playing. I'm going to be focusing on 5 demos that I really think you should be playing right now during this week during Steam Next Fest, because some of these demos have a personal connection to me, and also these games are just really fun to play. So let me talk about each game individually and why you need to play them right now. I really hope y'all are not getting tired of me talking so much about LUCID, because this game is amazing. I have a very heavy bias toward LUCID because the developer, the Matt Black Studio, aka Eric, is a personal friend of mine, personal friend of the channel, someone who gave me a big chance when the channel was very small. I've been able to do a couple interviews with him, and he's been very encouraging to me as a creator and someone who just enjoys games, and we kind of share similar passions and similar styles of gameplay. So I love the fact that his demo is available right now during Steam Next Fest. I have an entire playlist worth of content to talk about LUCID, but not only is that Eric a great guy, the game actually in and of itself, it's a great game. This game is actually being proclaimed as the world's first Celesteroidvania. So you can kind of imagine what that means if you haven't heard that term before. So it combines the elements of Celeste with the hardcore precision platforming with the combat of exploration and the upgrades of a classic Metroidvania. So there's a lot to be had. There's an incredible art style. David Wise himself is providing tracks for this game, in addition to the already impressive artwork that Eric has handcrafted himself using his expertise and his architectural background. This is such a fun game to play even in this early state. I backed this on Kickstarter way long ago, of course, because again, the bias is very heavy with this game, and it's just a fun game. It just feels good. The jumping feels good, the attacks feel good, the movement or the schmovement just feels really good to play, and it's just a fun game. I'm sure a lot of people have played it already because there was already a demo, but the official Steam Next Fest demo is available right now. This game is set to release sometime in 2026, and I hope you really do play it. Help Eric's dream and vision come true by giving him feedback as you play this demo. So Eric, good luck this week. Hope you leave a review for the demo of LUCID and let him know how you feel. Orbital Overdrive is a high-octane roguelike twin-stick arena shooter where you are pitted against hordes of relentless enemies on an orbit of a planet. Choose from hundreds of different abilities and weapons to create the deadliest build and smash the resistance. This is a fun roguelike. I wasn't sure how to feel about this twin-stick shooter just on a planet, but after playing this for a while, I was like, this is a really fun game. I really enjoyed it. I want to see how far I can get in all of these upgrades and see how far I can get in these levels, see if I can kind of top the leaderboard, which I actually did get into the top 20 by the time I finished my run and tried to finish the footage that I was gathering for this game. But actually, I do know the developer at Horsefly Games, Yuho. I actually did interview Yuho back in the day when he released his game Hyperdrive In. So this is a different type of game that he's making. That game that he made way back in the day was a more narrative driven, hand drawn and handcrafted game, but this is more of a high octane twin stick shooter. So I'm enjoying the heck out of this. See if you can beat his and other people's high score in this game. This is a fun game. So essentially what you're doing is that you're using the left stick to move, you're using the right stick to shoot. You have the upgrades on each side that you choose from more firing to more speed. You have a dash so you can crash into other blocks as you're shooting them down. You can also invert the world to gain things like extra upgrades or to gain extractions to gain more points. And so it's all about just maintaining precision and just keeping up the score, keeping up the multiplier to make sure that you are getting the best possible score to top that leaderboard. So yeah, definitely check this one out. It's really fun. The music is high octane, it's fun. So it's just a fun game to play. Hope you enjoy Orbital Overdrive. I first saw the trailer for Denshattack back in, I think it was the award season, probably somewhere in November or December in some sort of indie fan fest, or maybe even during the Game Awards. I don't remember where I actually saw this trailer, but I remember I was blown away by how anime and how cool this is. This reminds me a lot of Jet Set Radio. I love the fact that you are using buses and trains to do kickflips and all this stuff, and the music is great. The world is colorful and beautiful. It's really fun. The description says flip, trick, and grind your train in a fast-paced, off-the-rails ride through a colorful Japanese dystopia, wreck a shadowy megacorp, and take back the tracks with nothing but skill, speed, and style. This is actually a pretty difficult demo because there's a lot of controls, from jumping from track to track, hitting the triggers to slam down on the tracks before you hit a wall, and then all the different tricks that you do with the right stick while all going at these ridiculous speeds. So the demo itself explains a lot of the concepts, but it actually kind of takes you a while to get into the flow and get into the rhythm, because it wants you to do a lot of tricks in a short amount of time, while also drifting, avoiding obstacles, jumping over obstacles, and also just making sure that you stay on track to continue the momentum. It reminds me a little bit also of Tony Hawk. So I'm a big Tony Hawk fan from way back in the day, so there's a lot to be had here. The demo itself is not even that long. You do unlock a track once you finish the demo to kind of practice all of your tricks and all your maneuvers to kind of see how much better you can be. And the full game is going to have things like customizing trains, different train abilities, so they will act different on the track. So there will be a fair amount of progress and customization with the game, not just with the trains, but also with the tricks as you gain more experience and as you learn more of what it means to be a Denshattacker. So yeah, really cool ideas. Kind of mixes the Japanese and the English. I was wondering if I was able to do full Japanese or full English, but right now I don't think that option is available, so I'm not really sure if that's going to be the case. But the release date is set for 2026, and I'm so excited to see whenever this does come out. We're excited to see more of Denshattack. I got an email about Armatus about a day before the entire Next Fest started, and I was like, okay, this looks kind of cool. And then I checked out the Steam page and I immediately wishlisted it, because this game is right up my alley. It is a roguelike. It's actually a third-person roguelike, so this is really cool. It's a top-down, over-the-shoulder shooter. I'll actually let me read you the description real quick. It says, Armatus is a third-person roguelike shooter set in the demon-infested ruins of Paris as the last supernatural warrior of an ancient order, armed with powerful firearms and incredible celestial powers, scour the city in search of a lost gateway to heaven, the Sunless Gate. So I think this will probably be a really good holdover until Saros comes out on PC, because I don't have a PlayStation and I really want to play Saros. But I think a game like Armatus is kind of hinting on what Saros is going to be. From the moment I picked this one up, it felt good. Shooting the gun felt good, jumping, dashing felt good, and then you gain various celestial abilities, like the one that I was using that was the ability to stop time, and also you have a secondary that was a grenade, and you also have various firearms that you can collect and then upgrade, all the standard roguelike stuff that you've come to know and love from the genre. But I think this is just a really cool premise. Right now I think the visual style is pretty much the same. It's very gray, and you're just fighting in a dystopian Paris, which makes sense. So you probably just would see dark clouds and buildings. So far I haven't seen a variety in the environment or even in the enemies. You're kind of going through two waves of enemies, and then you complete a sector and you get your upgrade, and you go through a door, you go between sectors and you get your upgrades. I think that looks really cool. It actually looks better than the sectors that you're fighting in. I think this shows a lot of promise, and I'm excited to see what more Armatus has to have. Hopefully we'll get a release date for this game at some point, and maybe it'll come out later in 2026. It does say 2026 as a release year, so sometime this year, maybe earlier, maybe later, maybe sometime this summer. We'll just have to see. But play the demo right now for Armatus and let the devs know how you feel, because I think this is going to be a big hit when it does release. Luxuriant is a fantasy card-driven roguelike deck builder where you assemble and manage a deck of royals, citizens, weapons, and resources to outmaneuver enemies in turn-based combat, earn influence, progress through evolving levels, and unlock new cards for future runs. Now, I have a close personal connection to this game because I actually do know the developer in real life. He's someone that I've met before and know pretty well. So yeah, this is great to see someone I know personally have a game that is going to be available. It actually comes out on March 9th, so we're pretty close to the actual release date on this. So it's great to see someone that I know in person that is actually making a game. He actually texted me. He was like, hey man, I'm making a game. And I was like, this is awesome. So this is really cool. It's a fun game. So what it is that you essentially you choose a bunch of different royals and then a bunch of different citizen cards, and you reserve different citizen cards and royals. You promote the royals to attack the enemies that you're fighting. You also collect coins to be able to buy the cards back during your runs, and then the objective is actually just to get points, and that's how you win runs. And then between each run, you have the ability to actually just fight the boss if you really want to after your first go, or go into the shop or do more battles to increase the stats of each one of your characters. Your royal cards, which is actually your main attack cards. You also get supplemental cards like weapons to be able to use use those to attack and gain points that way. So it's not to defeat enemies, it's actually just to gain points. And also you have mults, so there's a lot of stats on the cards, and so there's a great tutorial that you can go through, and it actually teaches you how to play the game as a whole, how to play section. There's an entire legend to be able to show you what each stat actually represents. I've been playing this game for a while, ever since my buddy talked about it and when it was released in the game. I've been able to see a lot of the progress of what Luxuriant has to offer, and I'm very impressed to see how it has come to this point. I'm very impressed to see the state that it's in right now. So I hope you do play the demo of this one. There's also another reason as to why I'm personally connected to this game, and I will tell you at a later date. But if you do play the demo and if you find that out, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you find out why I'm also connected personally to this game. You can probably guess why, but I mean, if you don't know, check out the game, check out the demo, and I will tell you later on, and I will tell you whenever I do my indie showcase at the end of this month. If you're new to the channel, something I'm doing throughout of 2026 is that at the end of every single month, I'm going to be doing an entire indie showcase where I talk about all the games that I've played, demos, highlighting the community, highlighting developers, and the end of February is going to be very, very demo focused. I want to talk about these because I have a ton of other demos that I'm playing right now. So there's going to be more demos that I've played over Steam Next Fest that it's going to appear on that indie showcase, but I wanted to talk about these on the outset to kind of prime you for all the demos that are available and kind of have you say, hey, play these demos right now. But I will talk more about Luxuriant whenever that does come out. So stay tuned for the end of month showcase that's going to come out. It may come out not at the exact end of the month. It may come out the day later because this month is short and I haven't had enough time to get all the footage. So yeah, I've been trying my best to gather everything that I can, but it's going to be during Steam Next Fest, so don't worry, it's going to come out soon and I will talk more about Luxuriant then. But again, if you do find out why I'm also connected to Luxuriant the game, let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you're going to check out any of the other demos that I've talked about in this video already, and let me know what other demos that you're playing in the comments. Let me know if there's anything I missed. Let me know what you're interested in. I would love to know all the games that you're playing because it's so fun to be able to play all these games. And again, you can leave feedback on the demos themselves, review the demos, let them know how they can make their games better so they can put them out in the best possible fashion and make the best possible product for us the consumer. And so I'm so excited to be able to promote games like this, to promote indie games, especially games that I'm personally connected through, whether through Eric, through Yuho, and also through Doug, actually Goblin, who's the developer of Luxuriant, in other various ways. So yeah, I can't wait to see all the games come out. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you look forward to the indie game showcase that I'm going to put out at the end of this month. My name is Chike, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.